now we're going to make our initial action plan for achieving your impossible goal. So take a new sheet of paper, and at the top, write your goal completely as the way you wrote it in the last lesson. And below that, just start writing all the steps, and they don't necessarily have to be in order. The important thing is just to keep writing all the different steps and things that might need to get taken care of. And you can even write things that present a problem. Like I don't have enough money, or I don't know how to do this. And you can put in all the kind of blocking things as well that you can see, at least they seem necessary to achieve the goal at this point, but you don't know how to do them. Like, don't really assess these things too heavily. The goal here of this lesson is to just write down as fast as possible all the different steps you think it would actually take to have the goal be real, whether you know how to do them or not. Now that you've got that list, I want you to go back and I want you to just do a kind of a binary score. So when you read a line, just your first reaction, is that possible? Yes or no? So you're just going to write, an X if it's impossible, and a check mark if it seems possible. So really that's all there is to it, this exercise. And again, if you're working more than a half hour, you're straining yourself. It's not about thinking, it's about just really quickly emptying out the mind of all the things you might imagine. And of course, this may be the beginning, and what you may find if you keep going, and when you keep going, is that you'll discover new steps. And I'll make some recommendations for the tool that I use for managing the various steps in the projects I do. So, but that'll be a separate video. So again, that's your assignment. Write down all the steps it would take, but try to be a little granular. Like, let's say, you don't want to make it like one goal. Okay, like, you want to have some big achievement, and step one is get $1 billion. And then, see if you can get a little more granular. Like, for example, maybe you say, well, okay, learn how to raise $1 billion. Or maybe, there are other steps. When you really look at it honestly, you'll see that there's not just like one giant step to achieving anything really of value. So that's my tip for you. Get granular, get things down to what might seem like doable chunks, even though they're still impossible. Like, don't make it so chunky that all of it ends up being impossible. I mean, you might even have a step that just says, ask my friend what they think about it. Even that might seem impossible. That can be scary. We're going to look at that in the next lesson, about the things that you think you could do, but you really don't want to. So that's it for this assignment. And in a moment, we're going to look at the actual getting started with your action plan.